bitter criticism. This is Thursday. Thursday, English Thursday. I'm free to read Cgtn. Politics, July 22. If you believe in astrology, we are entering the Leo months. If you like those people, I'm not sure. Actually, I know them kind of well. I'm not sure about them. They're like lazy. Yeah, they definitely lazy. Politics, July 22, 2025. Upcoming China-EU summit to deepen bilateral cooperation, says Beijing. I was reading a Spanish news from Mexico. They said EU, referring to the United States of America. But now it's Europe for sure. Upcoming China-EU summit to deepen bilateral cooperation, says Beijing. Medium-sized news. There's a photo, a file photo of China's national flag on the right and the European Union flag hoisted together in Beijing, China. The upcoming 25th China-European Union Summit will help enhance bilateral strategic communication and deepen dialogue and cooperation, which will serve the interests of both sides and the world at large, said the Chinese Foreign Minister on Wednesday. I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw this economic Nobel Prize saying that Europe is declining. The Europe economy is on the verge of decline. So I guess maybe this is such a hard situation for Europe. I guess they cannot be partner of China. They cannot be. They are a partner of the US, of course. So such a bad situation for Europe. I'm sorry because I'm Italian, have Italian citizenship, but looks like I will never go to Europe. Such a wasteland. Anyway. Guo Jiakun, a spokesperson for the ministry, stressed the significance of the summit against the backdrop of growing turbulence in the international landscape and rising unilateralism and protectionism. President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, and President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, will visit China for the summit in Beijing on Thursday. The summit coincides with the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and the EU, Europe, and the 80th anniversary of the foundation of the United Nations. So no hard feelings with England. Over the past 50 years, China and the EU have seen their ties growing into one of the most influential bilateral relations in the world, said Guo. Bilateral cooperation has yielded fruitful results, which boost the development and progress of both sides, deliver tangible benefits to the nearly 2 billion people of China and the EU. I wonder if the number is growing. I wonder if China's population is surging or declining. 2 billion people of China and the EU all together. Now I got it. China and the EU combine and make a significant contribution to global peace and development. This cooperation sets an example of mutually beneficial cooperation in the era of economic globalization, the spokesperson said. He said China-EU relations are, quote, at a critical juncture, building on past achievements and opening a new chapter, and are confronted with both new opportunities and challenges. China stands ready to work with the EU to secure a successful summit that sends a positive message to the world about the two sides' joint commitment to a stronger partnership and to upholding multilateralism, openness and cooperation, said Guo. First news done. Second news. Well, first news, it was absolutely institutional. This is just institutional, not even politics, maybe. The second, this is a short text. Economy, July 22. China's cross-border revenue and expenditure set new high. There's a photograph. Deputy Director at the State Administration of Foreign Exchange answers questions from journalists on July 22, as we are watching the Pacific Ocean. Take me to China, please. I'm going to start swimming to China. I don't care about sharks and whales, octopuses. I'm going to die. Anyway, China's cross-border revenue and expenditure by non-banking sector reached $7.6 trillion in the first half of the year, a year-on-year increase of 10.4%, setting a new high for the same period. Among these, the proportion of Chinese renminbi, RMB, reached 53%. Li Bing, Deputy Director of the State Administration of Foreign Exchange, said at a press conference on Tuesday. In particular, net inflow of funds amounted to $127.3 billion in the January-June period, with net inflow in the second quarter growing by 46% quarter on quarter. That's the ocean. Goodbye, ocean. You know what's the name of this neighborhood, of this street? Pacifico. Pacific. That's a great name, isn't it? Anyway. In particular, net inflow of funds amounted to $127.3 billion in the January-June period, with the net inflow in the second quarter growing by 46%. As of the end of June, China's foreign exchange reserves were $331.74 billion, an increase of $11.51 billion from the end of 2024. And there's a news about the genocide in Gaza, and the fourth news says about Iran. Iranian foreign minister says Iran cannot give up on nuclear enrichment. Interesting news. And I guess there's a pattern here in the top 5 from the highlights. I guess the last one, like this one, is always about astronomy or technology. Is great. My favorite is the last one, I guess. Technology, July 22, 2025. China has over 1.12 billion internet users, boosting prowess in culture AI. There's a big text, so but I guess I'm going to do it. China had more than 1.12 billion internet users as of June 2025, according to a report released by the China Internet Network Information Center, CNNIC, on Monday. The report also noted that internet penetration in China reached 79.7% by June 2025, an increase of 1.1 percentage point. An increase of 1.1 percentage points. I guess that's a mistake because there's not two. It's not plural. Anyway, compared with December 2024. According to the report, China has made significant strides in internet development during the 14th five-year plan period, 2021-2025. In particular, efforts to make the internet more inclusive have allowed key groups, such as the elderly and rural residents, to share in the benefits of this progress. As of June 2025, China had 161 million internet users aged 60 and above, and 322 billion living in rural areas. Internet penetration among these groups reached 52% and 69.2% respectively. Meanwhile, the continued development of the internet in China has played a key role in promoting Chinese culture, both domestically and internationally, the report said, citing the rising export of Chinese online literature and games, along with the growing synergy between popular web series and related tourist destinations. And I'm going to read this again because I guess this is a key point, a key issue on geopolitics, soft power. Meanwhile, the continued development of the internet in China has played a key role in promoting Chinese culture, both domestically and internationally, the report said, citing the rising export of Chinese online literature and games. I haven't seen nothing. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Chinese movies available. Maybe I'm going to watch one of them. Chinese online literature and games, along with the growing synergy between popular web series and related tourist destinations. I know that China banned OnlyFans. There's no OnlyFans in China because it's negative, it's evil. And maybe I have no idea about OnlyFans, but it's erotism, pornography. I'm not. Yeah, what I know is that I've read long time ago an article about internet in China, and I know that, well, what the article said is there's no free access and people cannot watch pornography, and that's kind of important to me because I'm single. and what what the article said maybe is all wrong, is that even women using a VPN accessing pornography outside the blockade, outside the censorship, they were watching a lot of pornography. Even Chinese women, if they had a chance, they watch pornography. Well, this is a very maybe biased article, but yeah, definitely. So I guess pornography is positive, I guess. I guess you can develop your lot of traits of sexuality through pornography, in my opinion, because the desire, like you satisfy your desires and you are relieved, you are okay after that, you know. And well, material reality all around the global south and the western countries, you cannot have a family, you know. You cannot have an even you cannot even have a girlfriend. So I guess it's positive. So look, Petrobras is outside again. Petrobras is declining. Sad news for Brazil. Brazil is declining. Where I was, yeah. For instance, in 2024, the overseas market scale of Chinese online literature exceeded 5 billion yuan, about $700 million, reaching more than 200 countries and regions worldwide. Chinese online literature now has more than 550 million overseas readers, I mean. Oh, I want to read some, but I'm not sure. I don't know any writer, and I don't speak. I have to learn Chinese, you know. This is a must for me. I have to learn Chinese. In particular, Japan saw its number of Chinese online literature readers grow by an astounding 180%, making it the fastest growing emerging market in the sector. Chang Yijun, first vice chairman of the China Audio, Video and Digital Publishing Association, said that China's online literature has emerged as a new mass cultural art form and promoted the development of a diversified value system within the industry, and that its integration with micro short dramas opened up new paths for the industry's transformation in 2024. Apart from online art and literature creations, the report also highlighted China's remarkable progress in generative artificial intelligence (AI) development. It noted that in the first half of 2025, generative AI products saw development on all sorts, from technology to application. As of March 2025, a total of 346 generative AI services were registered at the Cyberspace Administration of China, the report said. In terms of application, domestic Chinese AI products have achieved significant breakthroughs, reaching parameter scales in the hundreds of billions and achieving full multimodal capabilities. They have been deeply integrated into scenarios such as office collaboration, education, industrial design, and content creation. Oh, that's interesting. Industrial design, content creation, all of this, the AI and stuff, forming an intelligent application ecosystem covering multiple fields. So, take me to China, please. I will work for rice, but not true. I still have 3 dogs. I will drive these dogs to Brazil. Despite Lula is trying to compete with me, you know, I guess I'm going to beat Lula running, you know. I have just one leg. I guess I can beat Lula in 1 kilometer.